but the jury just seems to be taking too many of their own decisions without any sort of challenge, especially the elbow depth rule, and it just varies by weight class depending on who's on the jury and who's refereeing, and it's just too inconsistent.
Oh, in speaking, and I spent a lot of time with referees last year in Texas because that was a 2-week competition I stayed for. So I was there refereeing. I spent a lot of time in the room where the referees get fed and looked after, and we have cookies and coffee and whatever. And it was being talked about by the cat refs there, or the red ties, about who liked overruling, who didn't, who felt it was right to overappeal. So even amongst these cat refs, there's a bastion on who think they should be overruling. Like, I know some of the better, who I think are the better refs, they said we're not anything until it's like, oh, holy shit, that looks horrible. That's a horrible bad mistake. Then they overrule. But where it's like where it's line ball, I go, well, that'll.
My small claim to fame is I got the IPF rulebook updated to say specifically the jury had to be at least 3 people after a Graham Fong one-man jury overrule from the announcers table at NZPF Nationals. And I emailed Harney the details.
So what happened? What happened there? Like, how did that even?
So I was refereeing, and it was I think the super heavyweight females, and another lifter. Wait, actually, Brett Gibbs was the coach, so he protested one of the lifters who got 2-1 good lift to Graham, and Graham overturned it to a no lift by himself because he was the only person there on the jury, and he was standing at the announcers table when the lift was on. So I was furious because I thought, well, you can't take a lift away from someone, from one person who's at a disadvantaged angle. So I emailed Harney and said, here's a story, one person, is that correct? And he said, no, that can't happen. It has to be 3 people. So the rule got changed the next year to say specifically 3 people.
Wasn't Graham the vice president of the IPF for a while?
Yeah,
he held yeah.
Yeah, and it's like he was the one that actually made sure the NZPF did stay with the IPF, because he sort of just came out of retirement with a whole bunch of legal thing and basically ran the whole thing to ensure that, like, Robert Keller came over to present his argument, and Wilkes was presenting his side, and then there was a big vote, and it was very contentious. And it
Ooh,
was
that would
pretty
have
much,
been.
yeah, it was quite comprehensive to stay with the IPF. And then, of course, all of the people that lost set up World Powerlifting New Zealand, which seems to be dead now anyway. I think there's a few in the South Island. But yeah, it's just a shame because it's a small enough sport that we don't need